Hello, all my creative friends. This is Michelle with Michelle's Whimsy and Bling. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator down here in Pollenfield, South Carolina. Today, we are going to use this beautiful, just timeless stamp set and dies. Well, we're actually not going to use the dies today, but I'm going to show you what you can do with the dies. But we're going to use this beautiful stamp set called Forever Fern. And we are going to use a technique called masking. We're going to use some masking paper. We're going to do another little technique. I really am not positive of the name, but you'll see what it's like. So let's go ahead and get started. By the way, we're bringing in all the colors today. So let's get started. This is the stamp set, and these are the cards that we're going to make. This is our first card, and this is honestly the technique that I'm not really sure what it's called. I'm sure there's a name for it. I have seen, I think, a number of different people use it, but I honestly just don't remember the name. What you do is you take a piece of basic white paper, and you cut it down so that it is 10 inches by 7.5. And what you're going to do with that, let me see, was I in the screen? We are going to take our stamp set and we are going to basically stamp like across. And let me show you real quick. I did, obviously, my card is part of that, but these really do all go together. I just don't know how they go together at the moment. Oh, see, I think that's how that one goes. Or nope, maybe this one. Those two go together, and then these two would go together. And it was all one piece of paper. So that is what we're gonna do. And a lot of the colors on our cards today are going to be pretty similar, but let's go ahead and start out with our leaves. And we're going to use some Pear Pizzazz and some Seafoam, soft Seafoam, very pretty colors. And again, you want to kind of create that. Again, words escape me right now. So we're just going to ink up our stamp. And you could draw a line if you want. I am just kind of gonna place them. And I think I will do one on each. I think we need to get that out of the way. I think we'll do one on each area. And now I need my chamois to clean my stamp. Finally went ahead and rinsed it out. It still is going to be dirty once you put ink on it. It is just dirty. And then where's my other one? This is a beautiful, delicate looking leaf. So we're just going to go ahead and add that in. Maybe not do all of them. Okay, now we have some little leaves, and these little leaves, each of them, they go opposite ways. So let's go ahead and add one here and one down there. And I think I totally, I think I picked up the color I did not intend on getting, but that's okay. And then let's see. Oh, it is raining out. It is wonderful to have some rain. Wash all that pollen away. Okay, I think we are done with our leaves. Well, yes, we can always go back and put more in after the fact. I'll be honest with you, I'm not totally sure I've done that right. But let's go ahead and get this. This, I don't know what it's called, but it is like one of my favorites. So I really like the Balmy Blue and the So Saffron together. I think that is just a beautiful combination. So let's go ahead and add it right there. And then I know some people that I watch, they are just so good at doing this. And while I love doing it, it kind of is not my forte. I get a little anxious because, you know, I kind of want it to be perfect, and I have to remember it's just not going to be perfect. And I think I can tell already that this is just not going to be perfect, and I'm gonna have to be okay with that. Let's see, up there. And how about one over here? Okay. So now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut, and we're gonna cut. And after we cut, we may determine that we need to add in a little bit more filler, and that'll be okay, because I'm thinking we probably will need some filler. Leaves added in there. If I was a cutting tool, where would I be? Had to clean up my area. I have just been creating all day long. Okay, so this was, let's review our measurements. This was 10 by 7.5, so we need to cut it 5. And then each piece would be cut 7.5, so that is, oh, math is hard, 325. Let's go with 325. Hopefully I am right. I don't. Oh, 3 and 6, yes, 325. I don't think that's right. Oh my gosh, y'all, I am so sorry. I am struggling with this. 3. Okay, this is really sad. 7.5 divided by 2 is 375. I didn't think it looked right. Okay, it's a good thing I brought out that calculator. Y'all just laugh with me. That was a struggle. Oh my gosh, I am beyond embarrassed and mortified, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so I'll be honest with you. These did not turn out exactly the way that I would have liked them to, but you know what? Your goal is to have some white space. So you know what? We are going to go ahead and we're just going to add in a little bit more green up in here. Let's go ahead and take one of these little leaves. Let me show you the example again. See how there is more white space down here? That's all. That's all we really wanted. But apparently I should have taken my pencil and drawn an actual line, but I didn't. So now that you can learn from my mistake, do as I say, not as I do kind of a thing. So, where was that one? Need some more ink. We're going to use this one. I think it'll look pretty on our background that I've chosen. Okay, let's see. Get this in here. All right, so while we're here, we're going to go ahead and also stamp our sentiment. And the sentiment that we're going to use is "To a Friend That Makes Me Smile." Now, I still think I'm going to use this Highland Heather stamp. I think it'll still look good on this one. Again, these are perfectly fine to use. It just did not turn out exactly the way I would have liked. It's okay. Again, draw the lines. 3 3.75, so 3 3/4 by 5. Draw your lines. That way you know exactly where you're supposed to stamp on the lines. So I need to get my stamp out because I don't have that one out yet. And with this one, I don't know why, but it's so deceiving to me. I want to go like that, and if I do that, it's crooked. I know. So I have to remember to tip it up just a little bit, like, you know, tip it how, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Don't look at the image on here, because then I'll be stamping it crooked like I did on this. So, but that looks really nice. Now, the other thing that we can do is we have this little like filler, little filler that we can put on there. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of that. What color should we do it in? I think that we'll do it in the Blushing Bride, because that's what I did in the sample, and I think it'll look good here. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it everywhere. It's literally just a little filler. Just a little bit, just to do what it says. Fill in the spots. Okay, there you go. One more. All right, now we're done. Now we are done stamping. So we're going to go ahead and, if I was my supplies, I would be where? My desk is only so big, so it's like, okay, I have to have all the things, and I just kind of like don't have enough room for them. So yes, I keep my stuff in little sandwich baggies. They work and they're reusable. So here is our card base. Highland Heather, and we're going to go ahead and take this designer series paper. I think this is out of the Subtles, I think, and we're going to, honestly, we're going to use our glue, because this could be a little, our Tombow glue. We want to make sure that we have enough time to get it into place, and I know that when I made the sample, I was a little crooked. Just a little crooked. All right, now here it is. That looks good. I think that looks good. Again, it did not turn out the way I had planned, but I still think it looks fine. We're going to put that on there. And then we are going to use these blingies, these little embellishments, to add some color. And how about we use this one, and then how about a pink? Well, I'm sure it's not pink, it's probably Blushing Bride. And there you go. It was kind of quick, kind of easy, and it was kind of simple. And yes, do not forget the inside. I have this paper right here. We're just going to go ahead and add that inside, and then we can write what we want to our friend who we're sending the card to. And you could even go ahead and stamp the inside with some of the leaves or one of these. I'm not going to, but there you go. Again, it did not turn out the way I wanted to, but look, I still have white space. I still had a place to stamp my sentiment, and that is awesome. So now let's move on to the next card, which is going to use the masking paper. And if I was masking paper, I would be where? I don't know. Let me see. It was here on my desk. Truly it was, because this is the card that we're going to make. I had it. I moved it. Here it is. This is the masking paper. It's kind of like a big Post-it note, really. and it has adhesive on one side. So what you would do is you would cut your paper, you would take this off, and it's sticky on this side, but you can peel it off and on. The cards that I had made when I was preparing for this video, I think I used my masking paper like 4 times or more on 4 different cards. I mean, you have to gently peel it off so that it doesn't rip, but it works. So what we're going to do next is, all right, here's our baggie. I tell you, I have to be this organized, otherwise I don't know where anything is. And even then, I feel like I don't know where anything is. So what I have done is I have already cut my piece of paper, and here is my masking paper, and it's a little bit longer, and that's okay, because sometimes you can be off on your cutting, you know, just like 1/8 of an inch, and it can make a big difference. So we're going to go ahead and place this in the middle, and let's see, do I have, no, this particular one does not have it. So I'm going to take my pick tool and just draw a line down there so that I can get something to grab onto, so I can take, oh, of course. Did you see what I did? Oh, mercy. Y'all, this is real life crafting. This would happen to me whether or not I was making a video or I wasn't. But we are going to roll with it and hope that it does not cause an issue. All right. So what we're going to do is we are just going to place this right here over on the edge, and then press down really good where I ripped it. Yes. And then we're going to cut off this little edge right here. Now, I was going to reuse this one for the next card, the 3rd card that we'll make, but I'm not going to because I have ripped it. And I don't know how well this one's going to turn out. So, there you have it. And I'm just pushing this down a good bit so that I hopefully don't get any bleed through there. All right, so we want to use this one. We're not doing a whole lot of, what's the word? We're not trying to cover it as much as we did on the other card that we made, but we do want a little bit. All right, so I think those were the 3 stamps that we used. All right, so let's go ahead and where were my colors? I am at a loss. Let's see. Oh, I thought I had all my colors with me. Hold on just one second. Okay. That, and Omni Blue. Okay. I had to get out the right colors because I used slightly different ones. All right, so first off, we're going to need to do some Melon Mambo and some Granny Apple Green for our leaves. And then some beautiful Daffodil Delight. Do y'all like yellow? I really like yellow. Really, really, really like yellow. When I was a kid, I had this comforter bedspread back in the day, they called it. And it was yellow. And it was like a graduated yellow. And it was ruffled on the bottom. It was quite the thing, trust me. All right, now let's do some Melon Mambo. And we had curtains that matched it. Oh yes. I thought it was the greatest thing. And let's see. Let's do our Granny Apple Green. And again, we are just, it's okay to stamp off. It is okay to go in at an angle. Do y'all hear that rain? I know, I've mentioned the rain before, haven't I? Ooh, I got a little yellow. Did I put that in the yellow? I think I did. Oh my. All right, so I think I have gotten my colors mixed on my stamps a little bit. Oh well. All right, let's do a little bit more of a leaf. Okay, now let's go ahead and use our Balmy Blue with our little filler stamp. I tell you, I love it when a stamp set comes with fillers, because sometimes you just need a little something and you're not really sure what it is you need, but you know you need something to fill in. And these can just be wonderful little things. Okay, I think that is gonna be good. And you can do like second and third generation of the ink just to, you know, not have a full strength, and that's kind of good too. So we're gonna close up all of our ink, because you know if we don't, me and my thumbs will be in the ink and we could potentially ruin all of our projects, and that would be very, very sad. Again, real life crafting here. So now, the key is, I've ripped this, so we got to cross our fingers that it's going to be all right. The key is to gently peel this off. My fingernails have not grown back. They were so nice and long, and then they just started busting. Probably the longest part of the project. I tell you, if I was going to do this, I would probably go ahead and cut a 10 by 7.5, and then I would make multiple cards at one time. You see, I'm just being real careful so that I don't tear up the paper. Because I'm not sure I could fix a paper tear. Do y'all have, oh my word, no. Do y'all have pollen where you live? Oh no, y'all, no. Or are you lucky and still having winter? That is not a paper tear, that's part of the masking paper. This particular paper, I think it's because I had ripped it trying to get the back off. It's caused me grief. It does not usually take this long. Trust me, it usually doesn't. Just like with a sticker for something you buy from the store, you just got to be real careful. Just take your time. And of course, patience is not my strong suit. Now, I do think that is part of my paper. It is. Rip that off. don't even know if I can speed up this video when I post it, y'all. I am sorry. This is why I try to have stuff prepared so you don't have to sit here and watch me struggle. Okay, one little tear, and because yes, I have stuff on here, and I don't know what it's from. Okay, y'all, so this is real life crafting. There is nothing I can do about it. Sentiment. I think we're going to go ahead and do a sentiment there. And I'm not sure what sentiment we want. Love and laughter forever after. How about that one? How about that one? Actually, I don't think that's a good one to use. Only because I think thought there was another one. Okay, so we're going to use this one. And what color shall we put it in? Let's go ahead and do it in the Melon Mambo so that maybe it'll cover up the majority of that. Y'all. Again, real life crafting. I hope you don't have these things happen in your craft studio, but if you do, this is how you can maybe kind of like fix it. All right. Okay, so that is not perfect, but it is much better. All right, so we have all of our stamping done. Now, I could have done it like this, but I'll be honest with you, with the gingham ribbon, and that, I really honestly did not like the way that sentiment looked on the paper, raised up on there. So I had wanted to put it directly on the paper. Now let's go ahead and do our gingham ribbon, and all we did was put it in the back and then have enough so that we can tie a knot, and then we will make sure that it is adhered. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really sure how much you need. I really try not to waste my ribbon. Oh, if I was a pair of ribbon scissors, I would be here. And then you don't want to pull it too tight, but you do want it tight enough. This would be a nice card for a spring wedding. Well, actually, no, I think more of a summer wedding with these bright colors. It's not your most traditional wedding looking card, but of course I struggle with tying bows anyways, so. All right, there we go. And let's go over here. I'm gonna cut these off at an angle. All right, and y'all use a little pin to keep your ribbon from going all over the place. Yep. All right, so now what we're going to do is put some dimensionals on the back to raise it up, and we'll make sure that our dimensionals go over the back of the ribbon so as to not come loose and stuff. You want to make sure that when you're doing your dimensionals on a bigger piece, you get some in the middle so that your paper does not sag. Definitely do not want sagging paper. All right. So back to, what is your weather like? Is it snowing? Is it raining? Is it kind of beautiful spring weather? We've had some nice spring weather, but earlier in the week it was kind of chilly. Not cold, but it was chilly. One morning it was like 5 to 7 degrees warmer than where I grew up, and I grew up in the north, and I'm like, oh, okay. left the north because I didn't want cold. All right. Now, one thing, if you have a specific pair of ribbon, or excuse me, pair of scissors for your ribbon, don't ever use them on your cardstock. They will just never be the same. All right, so we're gonna place that on there. There we go. And how about we put some iridescent pearls on there? I don't think I did not do that on my sample, but I think this card, I think we need to have a little bit of pearls on there. And we can cover up that little boo-boo right there in the corner. See? Perfect. Yep, perfect. All right. Another one down here. And then a little one right over here. I don't know about you, but I struggle with where to place embellishment bling. It's like, I just don't know where to place it. Ah! All right, so there you have it. Pretty simple, easy, even with our boo-boos and whatever. I'm telling you, this is real life crafting, y'all. So now let's go ahead. Again, I was going to use the masking paper from this card on the next card to show you how it can be reused, but we had all that drama, so we can't. We're gonna use our blending brush on this one. So let me show you the card that we're gonna work on. We're gonna work on this one. This is using the masking paper, but we tear it. Now, I happen to have a piece of masking paper that I had previously used. Matter of fact, can you guess which card I had used it on? Yes. So it still has some sticky in it. Now, normally I would not tear it at this stage. I would tear it when the adhesive was still on. But for this, we are going to tear it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but I have all the sticky going on. You want to make sure that you tear. You don't have to, but I think it looks good if you tear both edges. And then we are going to put it on. Y'all just laugh with me. Just laugh with me, roll with it. Seriously, this is real life crafting. Oh, look, I even had a piece of paper, a piece of masking paper, but let's see what we can do on this one. All right. Make sure I use the right paper. All right. So, going to put this on here. I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to do that. All right. Smooth down the edges. And what we're going to do next is find our Blushing Bride. It's a pretty pink color. And we are going to sponge the top. Swirl it around, tap it off, start off the paper, and then come on. Remember, start out light because you can always add more, but you cannot take it away. Ask me how I know that hard lesson. And I seem to be a heavy hand when it comes to using the blending brushes. See, if you push down, it'll be real heavy, so I try to either be up here or be here to have more control. Alright, just do it until you think it looks good. I think that looks fine. I think one part is a little heavier than the other. Let's go bring in our seafoam green, soft seafoam, and our pear pizzazz. And this time we are literally just going to be stamping the leaves and some filler. after a moment. Which leaves did we want? Where did all my leaves go? All right, let's do this one. All right. And then, oh, this one. I don't think we've used this one yet. Oh, that is a pretty leaf. Pretty, pretty, pretty leaf. Now let's go ahead and add in some of our smaller leaves. Let's do this big leaf here, but just do a little bit of it. All right, so I think we're done with our leaves. Next, we're going to come back in with that filler stamp. Can you tell I really like the filler stamp? And we're going to do some filler in our Blushing Bride. Okay, now for the fun part, taking the masking paper off this one. Let's see, how about we start over here on the back. And it's like magic. And yes, this paper is ripping too. Normally it doesn't, y'all. Normally, trust me, just trust me. I think I will need to do another masking paper video for y'all where it doesn't rip. I don't cut it. Everything was perfect, right? Sometimes you have a good day crafting and everything is perfect. And did I rip that again? Oh my stars, y'all. Seriously, this did not happen in any of the samples that I made, and I made a number of samples. So where is our Love and Laughter? And we are going to use this one again because it screams for that particular sentiment. So we're going to use this one again, and once again we're going to use it to kind of hide our little boo-boo, and we're rolling with it. Okay, you can barely see it, barely see it. All right, now let's finish this up. And all this requires is some dimensionals and then some bling, because I do like the bling. I don't like ribbon a lot because it's really hard for my fat little fingers to tie it, but I do like some bling. And then we can review all the cards, and thank you for putting up with all of my struggles tonight. Gracious, it's been some struggle, huh? But this masking paper is really wonderful to use. It really does not rip your paper. Again, I had already used that one once or twice. I'm not sure how many times, so that could have been the reason. I don't know, but truly in my samples, I did not have all this trouble. So bring back our Pear Pizzazz cardstock, and there we go. We're going to put it on there, and let's do our iridescent pearls. Put one there, put one there. Yes, I did that. I did it, and now I've lost a pearl. Where did my pearl? My pearl got stuck to the inside. Y'all, I cannot make this up. All right, so yes, my power just went out. We are having a storm. So let's count how many things did not go right in my video and laugh about it, y'all. Oh, my stars. Oh, okay. So we focused on the Forever Fern stamp set tonight, and we used our masking paper. And normally our masking paper does not tear, but apparently tonight it was meant to tear, but normally it doesn't. So let's see, where's our first card? Here is our first card where we attempted to use the technique of making a 10 by 7.5 piece of paper and stamping the images where you would draw your lines at 3.75 or 3 3/4 and 5. And you would have some white space left over. And then next up, we used our masking paper to go ahead and make a straight line, just like it is. It's just straight. And you can see how it leaves that beautiful white space there to stamp your sentiment. And then on the last one, we used masking paper again. We tore the edges. Actually, on this one, we tore the edges just to give it a little bit more dimension. We again stamped it, and then we took it off. So that is what we have done tonight. But let me show you, these are not made into cards, but let me show you what I did do when I was getting things ready for this video. Here are the ones that were left over from the first card that I was trying to make. See, again, they go together. That's how they're supposed to be. I will put these into cards. I just did not get to it. This was what I was calling a one-sheet wonder. I don't even know how they went together now, but I was stamping all over, and then I cut it up, and I was going to make those into cards. Again, it's a beautiful stamp set. These are the ones where I tore the masking paper, and I was just playing around. I mean, that's the beauty of being creative. You can just play around. Now, I got really into playing around, and I made this. I have not put it on a card base because I can't pick my favorite. It's like I need to make 2 more so I can have one of each color. But these are I stamped the images, all the ones that we used today. The leaves, the little whatever they were, I just stamped them. And then I used the dies and I cut them out. Yes, it is a labor of love to do that. And then I put some ribbon on there, and I just adhered them, and I just put a sentiment. But again, using the colors from the inks that I had used, you can see that it would look good on Balmy Blue or Calypso Coral or So Saffron. And you might be able to tell there's Winkostella on these. Not on the leaves, but just on those. So thank you so much for sticking with me through all of the ups and downs of this particular video, including the lights going out. I so appreciate it. I hope you have laughed with me because gracious knows there's a lot of content here that y'all can laugh at. So go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel, because I am sure that there is going to be more real life crafting with Michelle, with Whimsy and Bling in the future, and hopefully we will not lose the lights the next time. Leave me a comment of what you thought and what you thought was funny. Again, thank you, and go out and be creative. Bye.